Yo, 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 it's Ireland. Just bringing you a commentary here. Today's topic. Okay, let's start this video off a little, on the slow end here. Legion was just announced, I think, like 2 weeks ago. World of Warcraft Legion, and, if you don't know what it is, spoiler alert, it's a new expansion by Blizzard for World of Warcraft, and, um, basically it's the Broken Isles, level 110, Demon Hunter, and like artifact weapons. It's ridiculous. I'll have it in the description of this video, basically, where uh, you can go see all the details and stuff if you haven't seen it yet. If you live under a rock or something and you haven't seen the announcement for Legion yet. Now, this is the next step here, is that we're gonna be talking about how Warlords of Draenor played out here in this expansion. This expansion was pretty lackluster, as a lot of people would say. I think it brought in some pretty interesting ideas, but then I realized that it was also a very bad expansion as well. Like, let's just talk about it here. Well, garrisons were a nice idea. Everybody wanted player housing since, I think, Vanilla WoW, and people got this garrison. Basically, people could, have their own home. They could stay there they want and build up like this like big fortress of like, and you can make a lot of money too. And it's like you could do certain things with it. You get like a herb garden, a fishery and all that. So that's cool. Like, easy to do professions and stuff like that. But to be honest, in execution, this is really terrible because it not only did it destroy the economy because everybody was a millionaire or everybody was really rich overnight. Because literally, I have a alt of an alt. Basically, it has like 10,000 gold just for my garrison alone. Basically, I just log on it and I literally do the follower missions, and then I take that stuff to the salvage yard and salvage it all out. And I haven't spent any gold on it. It has 10,000 gold, easy, and that's really, I don't know. It was not bad. If I do it enough, if I play these characters enough, I can get a lot of gold in evolution. And garrisons, it seemed like, it was a good concept. You could have certain buildings that gave you dailies every day that you could, do work orders, get certain items. You had to wait weekly for sometimes, like elemental ruins and other stuff like that. It was an awesome idea, really awesome idea. But in execution, it was really terrible. Like, you had to like, I don't know. Majority of the game was basically just like people make the joke and hint the joke that it's a Facebook Farmville game, and to be honest, I'd agree. I'd agree pretty far. Now, Blizzard has said they would never return to garrisons. Great idea. Very awesome idea that they're not going to return to garrisons. It's a failed experiment. Don't go back. This new system they have placed in here, it's called the class houses. Basically, your class has its own house. Like, say, shamans can hang around the Maelstrom, or paladins can hang in, like, the Cathedral of Light or whatever. I don't know where paladins would hang out, because I play shaman and priest, right? It's not like I would know paladins hang out, but you get the gist. Like, the warriors would hang out in like the fucking halls of honor or some shit. I don't know. Just it's a place where you can meet people and you can see other people that are part of your class, and you can change your artifact weapon. Another thing that this expansion did really well though is raids. The raids are fucking fantastic. I've done normal High Mall, normal Blackrock, and normal Hellfire. All three fantastic raids. Very well done. Executed very done. Every boss is amazing, except for some of them being reskinned hashes of basically mobs in the real world of Draenor. But that's just, I guess they got lazy, or they just, I think, honestly, that, I think they just didn't have time, maybe. I don't know. People were trying to make them rush out of, like, this content and stuff. People weren't getting much into it, but nonetheless, the raids were fucking awesome. End bosses, all three of them were awesome. Imperator was really tough. Not well. I played a normal, so I don't know the mythic and shit. But people say mythic, they were really tough raids, except for probably Hellfire, because I think mythic. That's not mythic. Sorry, I'm thinking wrong. Method cleared out mythic in less than a week or so, and people say that mythic Hellfire wasn't that hard, but that's probably just the same people who think the game's casual and stuff. But the raids were really fantastic. But another thing that WoD did really wrong, though, is that there was no real world content. Is once you did it, it was done. I guess it's like you go out there, you kill the rare, it's gone. It's just like, okay, you don't have to do it anymore. Okay, it seems fun like while you're leveling, but then you realize when you missed it, you're like, okay, I'm not ever gonna kill this fucking thing again. Like, leveling was great in this expansion. 90 to 100, fantastic. Getting your garrisons and your like posts, your garrison like forts out, and like using those garrison like things like 20% extra XP, or the mortar cannons, or the shredder, or the little volley you can call in, like the guys that come in and help you kill a mob if it's like a rare mob. Does this defeat the purpose of elites in the world? Probably. It probably actually does. You know, there's certain quests in your garrisons that basically open up where you have to do a three-player epic raid, or not raid boss, but like a epic boss, like a not a rare spawn, but a elite spawn that's higher level than you, obviously for you being in that area, and you have to kill it. And it says requires 3 players, but actually, if you're good enough and you use your garrison ability, I'm pretty certain you can probably one-shot that thing, and it's not even that hard. I remember the one in a grand where I had the mortar team where it throws down 3 mortars every time you called it in. And there was 3 elites you could kill, and they gave a lot of XP per quest. I did all 3 of them, one shot each. Oh, that's my phone. Sorry about that, guys. I'll be right back with you. All right, and then so I'm back now. Sorry about that. Call. Busy person, I know. I'm joking. Anyway, so. And like, the real world quests weren't really that great. The world bosses, I didn't really feel like I needed to kill them every week, like I did back in Mists, maybe because I PvP'd in Mists as well. I didn't really PvP that much in WoD. I really just did my cap and didn't really give a shit at all for this expansion. That's probably because priests sucked ass, and you know I played Druid for a little bit, and they're pretty boring, but whatever. The real world bosses, the world bosses weren't that fun to kill, I guess. You know, it's not like Undastu. Undastu was fucking awesome. You had to get like 80 people in there, and he would one-shot you no matter what. You had to keep running back and stuff. Kazakh was pretty alright, but he didn't kill you instantly. Like, he just hit the tank. He used to tickle the tank. And the last patch, which we're in now, 6.2, Tin Jungle is an alright zone. It's not Timeless Isle, but it's definitely a great zone. It's, people say it's the shitty zone ever that Blizzard's ever made. Well, tie that in with Vanilla Wrathy Highlands. You can't really, you know, go wrong here. Anyway, so Tin Jungle has a lot of content, you know, dailies, all that stuff, rares, certain toys you can get, mounts, all that stuff. You know, titles even. There's a legacy title in there where you can get it, and it gives you a feat of strength. It's the Hunter one or whatever, or not, sorry, I can't remember it. That's off the top of my head, but I'll definitely probably come back to my head in a couple minutes. Predator, that's what it is. And so Tin Jungle isn't a bad zone. People keep saying it's bad, but it's good. So. Pretty good. Blizzard's done well there. Another thing is there's a lack of content though, in between patches, I guess, is why people don't really like this expansion. And I didn't really like this expansion because I had taken more breaks in this expansion than I've done in any expansion of WoW. Not even Kata, and Kata wasn't bad. Kata was a good expansion. It's just I didn't play that much during then because I played other games. But I feel as if, you know, they have to up their content, and I feel in Legion that they're going to do this because I think this is the expansion they've been working on for years. It's just WoD was that expansion they just pushed out for something for us to do. In the meantime, it's like, okay guys, we have nothing for you. Legion's not done yet. Take this expansion. And they'll iron out all the Legion shit after while we're doing WoD, right? And so that's not a bad thing at all. You know, Legion, WoD, it was a disappointment, but I have to say that it was a big enough disappointment where I don't think people are going to come back anymore. It was the factor I think that killed WoW for a lot of people. It was WoW's peak. It came from 5 million, I think it was like 7 million subs in MOD, and up to 10 million. And I think then it went back down to 7 million, then to 5 million, and I fear it's going to go to 3 million after like a couple more months because Legion's just around the corner, but people aren't going to give a shit until Legion comes out. People already done the Legendary quest line, people are done all this other stuff. Why would people want to come back? Anyway, so continuing on. If I had to rate WoD, I'd probably give it like a 5 out of 10. It did some good things, it did some bad things, but overall, not a great expansion. I hope Legion is the best thing ever, and it brings fun back to WoW because my little circle of friends say, I'm not playing WoW until it's fun again. It's not fun. And they're PvPers, I am PvEers, and they don't like either one. I'm still playing WoW because I'm just, you know, I'm a fucking nerd for the game. And so, I feel as if if they don't make this expansion fun, they're just gonna ruin it, and this is the end. This is really the end. Like, if they don't make this one, it's done. And so, and there's this joke that's floating around the internet as well. Another one is break glass in case of emergency. It's a picture of Illidan in the glass thing, and it's funny to me because it's like, that's actually what they're trying to do here. Is they're trying to bring back people by bringing hype. You know, like Illidan, bringing all these characters back, like, you know, bringing all these stories together, just mashing them together, and even if it doesn't make fucking sense, people won't care. As long as Illidan and all these old guys are back, they don't care. They'll fuck it. They'll jump onto that shit like hotcakes. They'll buy that crap, and that's what Blizzard wants. They want the 10 million sub mark back, and mark my words, if this expansion does not bring back 10 million subs, I'll be pleasantly surprised at this game. if it is not, because it feels to me that this is the expansion to bring everybody back. Because of course, Illidan coming back. He asked to come back, guys. He's in the main picture. He's on my desktop, man. He's my desktop screensaver. He's right here in front of me. World of Warcraft Legion. There he is right now, wielding the Warglaze of Azeroth. I have both those bitches. Fucking slice him with his own blades for God's sake. Anyway, so it's final that I talked more about Legion in this video than I did WoD. But the thing is that there wasn't much to talk about WoD, because WoD was basically just garrisons, raids, and some outworld content. PvP was nothing in this expansion. Everybody can agree that PvP was very bad in this expansion. Not only was there no content, nobody to play, the faction imbalance was huge. Certain comps didn't even play anymore. Like, I think I ran like 40 threes games on my Death Knight, and I think one LSD, which is very rare for threes, of course, and like barely any people played this expansion for PvP. They need to, and what I've seen from Legion is that they're trying to focus on PvP this expansion as well, like they did in Kata. Kata was an amazing expansion for PvP, probably only because they did a lot of class revamps and made a lot of classes like Shadow Priests, Ret Pallies, all of them viable in PvP, very good in PvP because of their revamps. I feel in this expansion they're going to bring back a lot of stuff for classes like Shamans, all the classes that were just ditched this expansion, Shamans, Monks, all those classes, buff them and make them fucking fantastic again. I'm not talking about Instance of Shamans for Turbo Cleave. I'm talking about, Elemental Shamans and Resto Shamans, even though Resto Shamans are doing really well right now with certain comps. PvP is an all-time low right now. People aren't subscribed for PvP anymore. It's just straight PvE, and that's Hellfire Citadel, and I don't think Hellfire Citadel, they can't do another Siege of Orgrimmar with this. Siege of Orgrimmar literally cannot stay here. Or, sorry, Hellfire Citadel cannot stay here for 6 months until next expansion comes out. They have to release something new because they have to. They're going to lose everyone's interest in the new expansion. That's just my thought, too. Also, is that they can't pull a Siege of Orgrimmar, like I said before, like a million times in this video, is that they could ask that back then because PvP was actually balanced then. Well, alright balanced, it wasn't the best. And, people had stuff to do outside, like transmog runs and all this shit, but people already maxed out their characters and all the shit to do, right? What else can they do in this expansion? Just fucking farm BGs for titles and stuff? Well, it's not really that fun. And I think they're adding more stuff, like more mounts to PvP and stuff, which is going to make it more interesting for PvPers, of course, because I'm a PvPer. I like PvP. It's been a favorite of mine to get competitive with, and I also like this. I like the things I'm seeing in Legion. Demon Hunter looks fucking awesome, just great. Another hero class, more OP. First patch that the game comes out. Anyway, so to conclude this video, WoD was it was okay. It was just everybody's saying it's a heaping pile of shit. I'll say I won't disagree with those people's opinions, because to be honest, WoD wasn't a great expansion. It was a really terrible expansion. It was really I thought it was okay because it's like, okay, it's WoW, it's one of my favorite games. It's just like, okay, I will literally take it in the ass by Blizzard if it has to, like. But I know I do realize that I can't be acting like that, and I have to say, okay, if you do fuck up Legion, you fucked up, okay, and I'm done. Like, I gave you WoD, but okay, no more after Legion. If Legion sucks, then, well, final nail in the coffin, boys. Final nail in the coffin. So, anyway, guys, this has been Ireland. Thank you for listening and watching, and I'll catch you guys in another video. See ya.